Hello and welcome to the marvellous show Game of Thrones. If you've never seen it before, I'm your host Steve, and due to lockdown I've never watched an episode of Game of Thrones before, so I thought why not, let's watch the entire series, and I'm absolutely 100% addicted to it. I love it to bits. Last episode was Season 4, Episode 4, which was Oathkeeper, not Oathbreaker, which is what I kept saying and it really annoyed me, but yeah, Oathkeeper. Absolutely brilliant episode. So firstly we had a bit with Dany where she's sent in Grey Worm to infiltrate the slaves of Meereen, and they gave them weapons and everything, and then they rebelled against all the masters, and Dany, rather than being sort of forgiving or, you know, sort of letting them off, she actually crucified the masters in the same way that they'd done to the slaves, which I thought fair enough. I got no problem with that at all, but she's you don't want to get on the wrong side of Dany, definitely. We saw Jaime visit Tyrion, and it was a really good scene. I sort of enjoyed that scene. There was a lot of really good writing there. And basically Jaime is there for Tyrion, which is really good to hear. I was a little bit worried because obviously Cersei was trying to get her little way with him, trying to get him to kill Tyrion, and then trying to get him to find and kill Sansa as well. So Jaime, after the disturbing rape scene, he seems to be back on track now. Which is good to see. And also there was a scene with him and Brienne where he gives her the sword, the Valyrian sword that he was given, and he says to her to name it, and she calls it Oathkeeper, which I thought was really cool. And there was a touching scene where she sort of rides off, and then she looks round at him, and there was definitely a spark and a vibe there. That could have been such a good storyline if those two had sort of got together. That'd have been awesome. But I don't know when they're going to see each other again now. This could be, well, it could be it. They might never see each other again. But hopefully they do, and I hope she's not away for too long. There's a bit of a weird scene where Marge sort of crept into Tommen's room and basically let him know that they were going to be married in, you know, obviously not yet, but she wanted to get in there before Cersei turns him against her, because probably what she's going to try and do. I don't know, it's a bit of a weird scene. I think he's 14 in this. I know he was younger in the books, but I think he's 14 in the series. And at one point I thought they were going to kiss, and I was like, no, this is just wrong. And then she didn't, and then instead she went, and he probably did something, I don't know. But yeah, that was quite an interesting scene, and a good start scene for those two. We'll see where that goes. We had two shocking scenes where we had two people admitting to involvement in Joffrey's death. We had Alanna, who says that, well, I don't know, but I'm pretty sure that she's the one that actually put the poison in Joffrey's drink. Which was, when you think about it, a lot could have gone wrong with that, a hell of a lot. I mean, Tyrion could have drunk out of it, even Marge could have drunk out of it, and it could have been spilt. Anything could have happened. It was a bit of a dodgy plan, I think. It just happened to work the way they wanted it to work. And also we had Littlefinger admitting to Sansa that he was obviously involved in it in a big way as well. So yeah, I have actually re-watched some of the highlights to that show and sort of to see how it could have happened. And yeah, there was a moment when Marge put his drink down on the table, and the closest person was Alanna, I think. So she could have done it then, I suppose. But again, it was very, very dodgy. Anything could have gone wrong with that. We had a scene with Lord Thorne has given Jon permission to take a small party of people to Craster's old place to kill the mutineers that are there. He's hoping that Jon's going to get killed. That's why he's letting him do it, I think. And also Locke is now involved, and he's going to be going with Jon. So every time Jon's back's turned now, I'm going to think, oh my god, it's going to happen. So really, really nervy bit. I don't know whether he's going to kill Jon, or if he thinks that the two young boys are going to meet up with Jon in some way, and he's just going to hang around with him. And I guess if they're going to Craster's at the moment, it could be possible, because Bran has been taken prisoner there now, and so I'm hoping that they get to meet, and I hope it's not one of these little glimpses and then one of them dies or something stupid like that. I hope they actually get together again. But as with this show, it's never happened yet. You get close and then they just get further apart. So we'll see where it goes. And then the end scene, we saw the White Walker that had taken the baby that not Craster, but Carl's lot had left out. We see him on horseback, sort of riding through the ice, and he goes to a huge cave, and there's like an altar there, kind of an altar, and he places the baby on the altar, and I thought that was it, the baby was going to get killed. But then this new kind of White Walker comes up, who I guess is the leader, because he's got a spiky head, and he just touches the baby's cheek, and the baby's eyes turn to that ice blue colour, which is awesome. Rather that than see the baby get killed, to be honest, because that's what I was expecting. So I guess this new character now, hopefully, we're going to see a lot more of, because I love the White Walkers so much. And I don't know what their involvement's going to be, because it's all, everyone's kind of, because you've got the wildlings coming down, you've also now hopefully going to have the White Walkers. I suppose they're going to get involved as well, hopefully. So yeah, this could be good. This could be good. I'm liking this. So on to my loves and hates. My loves at number 3 is Brienne. I know she hasn't been in it a lot, but when she has, certainly in the last episode anyway, she's such a good person. And yeah, she has got a thing for Jaime. I think that's pretty clear. She's so honourable as well, and she's just going to go off out and try and find Sansa. I don't even know where they're going to start with that though. I mean, they wouldn't have a clue that she's with Littlefinger, would they? So where's she even going to start? It's going to be quite a good adventure. Her and Pod, because Pod's joined her now. They've got a little twosome going on there. So that'd be really interesting. But yeah, I love Brienne to bits anyway. I think she's fantastic. So yeah, she's my number 3. At number 2 is Tyrion. Yeah, poor old Tyrion. He's going through it again. He's only got say just under a couple of weeks now to the court case, and it'd be quite interesting if it's in this next episode. That'd be quite cool in the next 2 episodes. Because I love a good court case. You know, love me a bit of court case. So yeah, I'm looking forward to that. But yeah, Tyrion is definitely my number 2 this week. And number 1 is Lady Olenna. She's my number 1 without a doubt. She did the deed. She did what I wanted to do. That was kill Joffrey. So just for that alone, she should be number 1. But I love her character anyway. She comes out. She's got sarcasm. She comes out with classic lines, and she's a player as well. I mean, she might be old, but she's definitely a player. She knows how to play the game. And I don't know that we're going to be seeing much of her now. I think she's going back. So I don't know we'll see much of her anymore. But yeah, for this week only, perhaps she's my number 1. And on to my hates. At number 3 is Ygritte. Now I know she was only in a little scene, but I tell you what, that scene really got to me, and I just thought, did she have to kill the kid's dad as he was talking to her? I don't know. Again, I'm getting too emotionally involved in that scene, but it really pissed me off. And the fact that it was Ygritte as well, I don't really like her anyway. I've never liked her anyway, so yeah, she's definitely in my hate. So she's number 3. At number 2 is Locke. Again, always hated him. But just looking at his face, I can't stand him. And now he's latched on to Jon, which is not good at all. I don't know where that's going to go. Again, he might be just staying there to try and see the boys, because obviously they're more in line for the throne than him. I don't even know if he is in line, because he's only Ned's son, isn't he? So I don't know that he's in line for the throne at all. But yeah, the 2 boys definitely are. So yeah, Locke for me, he's definitely in my number 2. And my number 1 is No, it's not Joffrey. It's Cersei, number 1. Oh God, she clicked bitch mode ages ago, didn't she? She winds me up big time. She's just so nasty, so evil, down to the finest little detail. I don't think she's ever been nice, apart from I think 2 little scenes where she was talking to Tyrion and she kind of lost that horribleness a bit. But now she's back on track. She just wants death for everyone. She wants Tyrion killed. She wants Sansa killed. And I don't think even in this court case, like Tyrion said, even if the actual person that did it was to say I did it and prove without doubt that he did it, she still wouldn't believe it. She'd still want Tyrion and Sansa to get killed. So yeah, she is my absolute number 1 at the moment. So that wraps up all that malarkey. And of course, please, if you haven't subscribed yet, please subscribe, like and comment, hit the bell, and you'll be made aware of anything I put up. And yeah, let's crack on with episode 5 from season 4. This is First of His Name, and I can't wait. Yes, see you in a minute.
There are no men like me.
May the smith grant him strength, that he might bear this heavy burden. And may the crone, she that knows the fate of all men,
Oh, it's Tommen, isn't it?
the path he must walk.
That's
Guide
quick.
him through the dark places that lie ahead. In the light of the 7, I now proclaim Tommen of the House Baratheon, first of his name.
Got to be better than
King of
Joffrey.
the Andals and the First Men, and Lord of the 7 Kingdoms.
He looks a little bit like the guy that played Anakin Skywalker. Ugh. Don't let Cersei see ya. Oh. Oh God, no. Man.
He was my husband, my king. He would have been your nightmare. You never love anything in the world the way you love your first child. Doesn't matter what they do. And what he did, it shocked me. Do you think I'm easily shocked? No. The things he did shocked me. He could be the first man who sits on that throne in 50 years to actually deserve it. You're still interested in being queen, I take it. I haven't even given any thought to it. But I will have to speak to my father about it. I'll speak to mine.
Bloody hell. Didn't think she'd let her do that.
King Joffrey Baratheon is dead, murdered at his own wedding.
Who told you to take their navy?
No one.
So why did you do it?
I heard you liked ships.
8,000 unsullied, 2,000 second sons, sailing into Blackwater Bay and storming the gates without warning. There's other news from Yunkai. Without the Unsullied to enforce your rule, the wise masters have retaken control of the city. And in Astapor, the council you installed to rule over the city has been overthrown by a butcher named Cleon. You could sail for Westeros and leave it all behind. A boy sits on the Iron Throne, a boy many believe to be a bastard with no right to it.
How can I rule 7 kingdoms if I can't control Slaver's Bay? I will not let those I have freed slide back into chains. I will not sail for Westeros.
Just going back. Oh. Wow, that is mental. Oh no.
I have brought you a gift.
It's a pleasure to make your acquaintance, Lady Arryn. My name is Elise.
Oh, do take down that hood, child. I let him go so he could bring you here. To me. My flesh and blood.
It's wonderful to meet you, Aunt Lysa.
The Lannisters want to destroy us. They've been trying for years.
Mummy said they'd killed your mother and they chopped off your brother's head.
And my father's.
They killed my father too, with poison. I wanted to make little Lannister baby man fly.
Make him fly?
They made you marry that filthy troll.
They did. They made us both. Lord Tyrion didn't want to.
I don't believe that for a moment. What took you so long? Let's get married tonight.
Ought we not?
He's not so keen, is he?
The Lords of the Vale about the ceremony?
What wife would do for you the things I've done for you? You gave me those drops and told me to pour them into John's wine. My husband's wine. When you told me to write a letter to Kat, telling her it was a Lannister.
Ooh, he is naughty, isn't he?
Tonight it is, then.
When will the wedding take place, in your mind?
As soon as decency permits, after we've allowed Tommen the appropriate time to mourn his brother, and Marjorie to mourn her husband.
A fortnight?
That seems reasonable.
And your wedding to Loras?
Shortly after Tommen's.
Shortly.
A fortnight.
The Tyrells are our only true rivals in terms of resources, and we need them on our side. Our last working mine ran dry 3 years ago.
And how do we pay for anything?
The Crown owes the Iron Banker brothers a tremendous amount of money.
How much?
A tremendous amount. You can't run from them, you can't cheat them, you can't sway them with excuses. If you owe them money and you don't want to crumble yourself, you pay it back.
Ill Pain. The Mountain.
Would you shut up? We come across my brother. Maybe we can both cross a name off a list.
I'm almost done. Only one name left.
Go on.
The Hound.
Where do you get the lemons? You can't grow them up here.
Oh, gods no. Peter had 3 crates brought all the way from King's Landing. He really cares for you. Why does he feel responsible for you?
He loves you, Aunt Lysa. He's married
Your
to
mother
you.
never loved him, never.
Most
obvious thing. What have you let Peter do with your body?
Aunt Lysa, no.
Your young, pretty body.
Nothing. I'm a virgin.
Don't lie to me. You'll be a widow soon. They'll execute that dwarf for murdering the king and you'll be free to marry Robin.
It's not going to be a pleasant journey for you. Our Lady Sansa's brother's at Castle Black. If I were her, that's where I'd go.
Headed to Castle Black?
The Squire.
The hell you doing?
Practicing.
Who taught you that shite?
The greatest swordsman who ever lived.
You dead?
Yes!
How?
He was killed.
Who by?
Meryn Trant. That's why Sir Meryn's on
Meryn Trant. The greatest swordsman who ever lived, killed by Meryn fucking Trant.
He was outnumbered.
Any boy whore with a sword could beat 3 Meryn Trant.
Syrio didn't have a sword. Or armor, just a stick.
The greatest swordsman who ever lived didn't have a sword. Dead like all the rest of your friends.
I can't believe you actually went to kill him.